Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft 101. And today we're going to be talking about controls. Controls or basic controls of Minecraft, some of inventory information and some quick keys that will help you. We also will be going over some of the F3 keys that work and show you a few differences here for parity between Bedrock and Java. So let's get on to it, will we? First things first is in most for 3D first-person type shooter games or first-person games, your W key is going to move you forward. Your S key is going to move you backwards. Your A key is going to strafe left, and your R key is going to strafe right. Now, if you're moving around and you move your mouse right, you're going to start to look right and start to move right. If you move left, you're going to move left. If you look up, you, however, will not move up. It'll just make you look up and you'll continue moving in the direction you're already going. And the same thing that goes for down. That is your basic controls. And now there's other things here that we'll go over too. Like if you hit control, you will spin. Some depends on how you have it set in your settings. Sometimes it's just a tap, and sometimes you have to hold it. Now, also another way to sprint is pressing the W key twice, and that'll make your character sprint. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of jumping around right now. That would be your spacebar. Spacebar is the primary jump key, and for jumping, you can jump a little over one block, but you can't jump more than that. So trying to jump 2 blocks will not get you anywhere. It's 1 block, and that's a little bit over 1 block, and that's it. And the reason I say a little over 1 block, because you can't jump up on a fence, and a fence post is considered 1.5 blocks. In both versions, shift will make you crouch. You can still jump while crouching, but other things that crouch allows you to do is like walk slow and not walk off the edge. And in Java, this is how we build further out. In Bedrock, there's the option that you can just face forward and still be able to build out. Another thing with shift, while crouching, it does not allow you to go through a 1 block gap. This is Java only, but it does allow you to go through a 1.5 block gap. Now, if you're in Bedrock, you will only be able to go through the normal gap like this. Crouching doesn't make a difference. It's still a 2 block gap. That is one of the parity differences between Java and Bedrock. All right, as I mentioned, that there is a difference or a parity difference between Java and Bedrock when it comes to getting or shifting or crouching. As you can see one right there right away, as you can see that instantly we shift, we also use our shield. Now in Java, that isn't your right click and that does nothing here in Bedrock. The other difference is as like I said, you can't either on either system go through a 1 block space while you are crouching, or you cannot go through a 1.5 space on Bedrock, but you can go into 1 3/4 of a space, which is a trap door. This will keep out also creepers, and that'll keep villagers in also. Also, like I said, even on Bedrock, I am pressing the crouch, as you can see here, and I'm trying to walk off the edge, it won't let me. And you can also jump just like you can in Java. So there's the similarities between Java and Bedrock when it comes to crouching or holding the shift key, and there are the differences in parity. Pressing and holding the right mouse button in Java will actually block with a shield. So shift in Bedrock, right click in Java. That is how you use your shield. If you happen to be in the water and you press control, you will start to swim, like so. If you stop and press your shift button, you will sink towards the bottom, and if you press the spacebar, you will float up toward the top. Now, just like normal, if you're swimming, you can use the mouse to go down, or you can use the mouse to go up, or you can turn left or right. Now, holding shift while you're swimming will actually make you continue to go down a little bit faster, and then holding spacebar while you're going up will help you come up just a tad bit faster. It's not really a mega change, but it is a small one. Now in Minecraft, the left mouse button will make you attack. It will also allow you to break stuff like this, attack a chicken, but certain items require certain tools to be able to be broken. Like grass can be broken with your hand, and we'll go over further that when we get further into the series here. Now, right mouse button, as you've seen, I put that back down. Right mouse button is like use. It allows you to throw things also. So if you press and hold, if you got more than one item, as you can see here, if you press and hold and the R button, it will place multiple things as long as there is a space. Left mouse button is attack or break, and right mouse is to use or place. Now, another thing that is important in the game is your inventory, and we have talked about the inventory a little bit in the first episode. In your you get to your inventory by pressing the E key. This is really the first place where you'll be able to see your crafting book, which is just this book. You can close it just like that. Now the inventory consists of 4 armor slots and a offhand slot. The offhand slot in Java, you can pretty much put anything that you can hold in your main hand into your offhand, as you can see here. Now Bedrock is different. You can only hold shields and maps. Also with that, like you said, you have a 4x4 crafting zone, which you can craft stuff. Also, it has your 27 slots and your 9 hotbar slots. Your hotbar slots are labeled 1 through 9. If we put that there and we want the signs, if we press 3, we'll go to 3. If we want a blank one and press 4, we'll go to 4. There's always one slot in the hotbar that is always highlighted, so that you know how to quickly get there. You can also scroll through the hotbar by using your mouse wheel up and down. Now for controllers, this is a little different. Just look into the control screen to find out how it works. Now, if you are in the hotbar and you accidentally press the Q button, it will drop said item. If it's an item that is in stacks, it will drop 1. Now, if you wanted to drop the whole stack, if you press and hold control and then Q, it'll drop the whole stack. This also works the same way as if you're in your inventory. So if you press Q, it'll drop 1. If you press control Q, it'll drop all. Another way to drop is if you pick up the item and drop it outside inventory window, it'll also drop it. So that's how you drop items. Now for picking up items, it will automatically go into the first slot available. So if we drop this whole set of buckets, it'll go into the first slot there. Now if we pick up the buckets and our hotbar is full, it will go to the first spot in the inventory. Now this also works for chests and stuff like that, but the difference is if you pick up something out of a chest, it will automatically go to the last slot of your hotbar or the last slot of the inventory if the hotbar is full. Now there are other little tricks when it comes to the inventory. So these are like quick key combinations and stuff like that. Now if you left click on a stack or a single item, it will pick it up and then you can put it back. You can swap items which you have attached to the console by just clicking over top another one and it will switch no matter where it is, no matter what it is. Now if you wish to take half, if you right click, it'll pick up half of that. If you shift click, it will automatically take stacks that are similar and combine them into the largest stack. So that makes it for easy organization, quick movement of stuff inside your inventory. Now, if you open a chest, you can move stuff in and out just like that singularly. But say you want to move in multiple ones, if you shift click, it will automatically move them right to there, and you can shift click them back and it will move them, like I said, straight back from into the last available slot in your inventory or your hotbar. If you have multiple items that you want to move like quickly from, say, in Java, this is a Java only thing. If you wish to move items quickly, grab one and then shift click, double click, and it will move all items of the similar type right into a chest. You can do this also by moving out of the chest, and it will move them right into the last empty slot of either your inventory or your hotbar, whichever has a open slot. It goes to the hotbar and then the inventory. This works both ways, as I just showed, from chest to chest. So it gives you a quick way to move mass amounts of material. Now again, like I said, this is a Java only possibility. As I mentioned, 1 through 9 simulates the key. but you can also press a key over an item in your inventory, and that will move it to the key. So if I press 5, this water bucket will move to 5. I can also swap things around. So if I press 5 on this minecart, it will swap the differences. If I press 3 on this water bucket, it will swap the water bucket, empty buckets with the water bucket. You can do that even in between. So if I wanted to put my axe, it's all the way down here, and I press 9, it will move the chest down to 9 and swap the axe over to here. So that gives you a quick way to move stuff from your inventory to your hotbar and around in your inventory. Another thing is a nice little quick key is pick block. It's pressing the middle mouse button, and what that does is it will, if you're over an empty slot, it will move anything of that item. If it's like a block that you have, like this chest, it will move it. If it's in your hotbar, it will move it to that hotbar, and if it is in your inventory, it'll move that item to that spot. If it's in the inventory and it's a slot that's open, it will move it to the first available empty slot. But if I don't have any slots, it will replace said item that is in the slot I'm trying to go to. Other things you can see me doing here as right clicking will split a stack. It will completely split a stack equally in half. Now again, if you double click, that will bring all items empty into your attach your mouse or to a maximum size of the stack. As you can see here, 16 is the maximum for buckets. So now if we have a hold of an item and press and hold the left mouse button, what it will do is it will continually split all said items equally between every empty space that you run over. And if there's an odd number, it will leave that attached to the mouse. If you wish to just drop one at a time, press and hold right click and it will drop one in each individual. This makes easier crafting and stuff like that. These are some really good tips and tricks to actually help with moving stuff around and reorganizing quickly in Minecraft. As you can see, I can do all kinds of things as in make an 8x8 grid with 8 signs and stuff. And if I want to pick all 16 of them up, I just double click. These things help out a lot to make Minecraft a little bit quicker and funner in the long run. Now, there's one thing I did not mention is if you have an item that can automatically go into the offhand, if you press your F key, it'll send that item to your offhand. Now, if you have it over something else that can also go into your offhand, press F, it will swap set items. Now, if you do this in a crafting table and you craft something and press F, as you click on it or hover over it, it will automatically put said item into your offhand. Now, as we're sitting here talking about important keys, I did mention the F key as your offhand, your E key as your inventory. You also have in Java, you have your L key, which brings up your advancements. Now, you don't have advancements in Bedrock. This is a Java only thing. The advancements in Bedrock are actually called achievements, and they're once per account. As in Java, they are something that can be done every new world, so you have all the advancements available. Other little things like the escape key will bring up your menu. This is the same in Bedrock and Java. The difference between the two is that in Java, it will also pause the game. This does not work on servers, and it does not work at all in Bedrock. In Bedrock, if you hit the escape key, the game will still continue to play. Another major thing is you have your F1 key. This works both in Java and Bedrock. It'll hide your HUD or your heads-up display. As you notice, I was swapping around between different views. If there's your F5 key, if you press it once from first person, it will take you third person behind. Press it a second time, it will take you to a first person in front. Now, these are a bunch of keys in Java. If you press F2, it will take a screenshot, will show you where it has saved the screenshot or what the screenshot is named. In Java, if you also open up the chat and press Control, it will open up the file in your basic viewer, whatever that might be. This will only be viewable to you on a or on a server. Bedrock has a different way to do that. So we'll go over that right here. And to take a screenshot on Bedrock, it is also different than it is in Java, especially on PC. On consoles, it's also different because there is no Java on PC. So to take a picture of in Bedrock on PC, you have to hit the Windows button, the Alt button, and print screen. And then you'll get this little thing that comes up, which is not showing. And it will tell you the Windows through the Windows Xbox overlay. It will tell you that a screenshot has been taken. Now, as you can see, I'm not a screenshot. And the piggy turned around. There is that difference also, a parity difference. It's just really a controller difference. It's not, I guess I wouldn't call it really a parity difference. It's no real major, to me, of a difference. Just makes it difficult when I want to take a picture and I can't remember how to do it in Bedrock. Now, a feature that is in Java but is not in Bedrock is the F3 debug screen. This contains a lot of information. On the right side, we'll go over that since it's at least tells you what Java version, how much memory you're using, the CPU type, display type, and stuff like that, or your display card. On the left side, you have all your Minecraft information, which is the Minecraft, what you're playing, if it's vanilla, or if it's on a server, if it's modded, or stuff like that. Again, this is for Java only. Here you can see I have 60 frames per second, tells you your frame rate and how much of my GPU is actually being used. As you can see, a bunch of other stuff right below that. That doesn't mean a lot. The only really important thing is maybe the entities. That's the number of entities that are in front of you at the time. If you scroll down below that, go down below that, you will see the X, Y, and Z, which are your current coordinates. Below that is the block coordinates, and below that is the chunk in the world. Also below that, it'll tell you which direction you are facing. As you can see, it's changing as I'm spinning around, and your general coordinates that you are facing. Below that is your client light, and it will tell you light 15 for the sky, and if you have like a torch or somewhere or a light block, it will tell you that's what the block is for. So sky is if you're in the overworld with nothing above you. And block light is something that produces light. We went over that in the first episode on light levels. Below that, you go down a couple more lines, you will see biome Minecraft planes. We went over more of that, but that's where you find that in Java. The difficulty level is, since I have it currently set to peaceful, it's going to show 0, 0, but that will show the likelihood and the number of mobs you'll run into in your general area. The higher your difficulty, the higher it is. The rest of that stuff is really not overly important. There are more to the F3 key. If you press and hold F3 and then push Q, you will come up with a bunch more debug things. Many of these aren't used for much. Like the F3 and G will show your borders. F3 and B will show you hitboxes and which way mobs are looking. As you can see out there, the squids. You'll hear sometimes people saying about hitting F3 and T when they're like right clicking on something or left clicking on something to continue to do it. What it does is it reloads resource packs, and it's kind of a little bug that it makes your character continue doing with it. F3 and 4 is the switcher. If you have cheats enabled, gotta watch that sometimes. And the only other one that's really worth talking about here is F3 and H, and that will turn on the toolbar tips that we see here, right here. As you can see, the durability here, normally it would just be a little bar, but if F3 and H in Java will allow you to see actual durability of a certain item that has durability, like your swords, axes, and tools, even your armor and shield if it has taken damage. These here are all many of the quick key combinations, controls, and some of the F3 debug screen. As you've seen here, we went over a little bit of stuff that is different in Bedrock. And that there, folks, is just some of the many things that you can do. That is your controls overview, a little bit about some keyboard shortcuts and the F keys that are important for you in each. Now remember, not all of these things work on both. Only some of these things work on Java. Some of these things work on Bedrock. And again, throughout this video, I hope I have made that clear and showed you with the letter J or B in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. If you like this video, please give it a like. It helps out the channel immensely. And Grateful to every little like that I get. If you're not subscribed and you want to keep up to date with this Minecraft 101 series that I am doing here currently, please make sure to click that subscription bell, clicking the notification bell, and changing it from to occasional to always to get instant notifications of anything new that I might upload. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Taz saying, I'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.